Interested in living in a historic section of Albany? This video is a driving tour of the Monteith Historic Home District. Hey, I'm Tyler Thomas with EXP Realty. I'm a local realtor here in Albany. My information is in the description below, so if you have any kind of questions about anything regarding the Monteith area homes you're about to see, go ahead and give me a call, text, or email. I'll be glad to help. This is a very well-known area in town, as well as the other cities nearby, for historic homes, and has great options for walking and being right near downtown for easy shopping. The Monteith District, located as I've stated on the west side of downtown Albany, is named after Walter and Thomas Monteith, the founding fathers of Albany. The Monteith brothers completed their first house in Albany in 1849, and much of the early history centers around the Monteith House. So let's get into it. I'm going to say which streets we're going down so you can see what area you like the most for future reference when visiting and possibly looking to buy one of these homes. As I said, there are many different styles, and I'll be glad to help you find which one best fits you. We are now taking a right onto 4th Avenue. This is where the county courthouse is and will lead us into the Monteith neighborhood. The Monteith district was expanded as a whole November 2008 to add 78 more properties on the southwest corner of the original boundary to include a cohesive collection of earlier to mid 20th century residential buildings. And there's actual many distinct architectural styles that grace the district. This will take a sec, but included are Federal, Craftsman, Classical Revival, Gothic Revival, Italianate, Queen Anne, French Second Empire, Stick, Eastlake, Colonial Revival, Rural Vernacular, Transitional Blocks, Bungalow, American Renaissance, Depression and World War II cottages, and eclectic hybrids that combine elements of these styles. So as you can see, there is a ton of different kind of styles in this area. The homes later on in the drive are going to be some of the newer homes, now newer being early 1900s to around the 1940s. And in the start, it'll cover much of the homes that are in these 1800 ranges. There was a good amount of construction happening when I was driving, so I didn't get a chance to go down the street where the Monteith House is. So here's a quick little look at it. It has tours so you can see what it looks like on the inside. The Monteith Historic District was placed in the National Register of Historic Places on February 29, 1980. The time period of significance for all of Albany's historic districts was expanded in 2000 from 1849 to 1915. And then to 1849 to 1945. They did it to capture resources and architectural styles constructed between 1915 and 1945 that reflected the growth and development of Albany. We're now going to take a left on Walnut Street. Here we're turning left onto 5th Avenue. This big white church is the United Presbyterian Church, and it is definitely one of the churches in town that people often think of when they try to think of a good picture taking spot. We're turning right onto Broad Albin Street. We're now going to go right onto 6th Avenue. Now we're going to turn left onto Elm Street. Here's where the Albany Hospital is, so if you're wanting to be near health providers, then being near this area could be a good choice for you. We're now going to turn left onto 7th Avenue. Here, once again, we're going to turn right onto Broad Albany Street. Going right onto 8th Avenue. Here is basically a little creek that runs through the area, and it's a nice little option to sit and enjoy the sounds of the water. Also, some good benches and wildlife, if you can see here. Here we're going to turn left on the Washington Street. Here right in front of us is what's often called the White House. It's one of the more best known houses in the area. Now we're going to go ahead and turn right onto 9th Avenue. This right here is a canal that goes through town. It will go by the south part of town and it'll flow into the western section. Now we're turning right onto Maple Street. Here we're turning left onto 8th Avenue. Now we're going to turn left onto Elm Street. we're going to go ahead and turn left onto 10th Avenue. We're now turning left onto Washington Street. Here we're going to go right onto 9th Avenue. Here we're going to turn right onto Ferry Street. This right here is the Central Elementary School. Now we're turning right onto 11th Avenue. So here, later in the drive, as I've said, these homes are going to be more around the 1930s and 40s, and a majority of them are going to be single-level homes. Here we're turning left onto Elm Street. Continuing straight here would take you towards the Memorial Middle School as well as the West Albany High School. Now we're turning left onto 12th Avenue. Here we're going left on Washington Street. This street is one of the main roads taking you within the Monteith neighborhood, and some of the more iconic homes are in this area. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this tour of the historic Monteith neighborhood in Albany and also found it helpful. I think it's important to be able to see what a city has to offer when deciding if an area is right for you. The Monteith area, as you've seen, has a large amount of historic homes, and there's also other parts in town that do as well. If you have any questions about Albany and what else it has to offer, I'll be glad to discuss this with you. My information is in the description below, so you can call, text, email, also reach to my website. Subscribe to my channel for more future videos on Albany and all the surrounding areas. Again, I'm Tyler Thomas with EXP Realty. I do videos mainly on the Mid-Willamette area, so from Salem to Eugene and everything in between. I'll be glad to be a local resource for all real estate needs.